You want to be independent. You want to help people in the way that you want to help them. You want to have a reasonable caseload. You don't want to be forced into how many sessions that you can work with somebody. You want to have control over what you do and how you do it for your clients. So, allow me to introduce you to a word that you're going to have to get comfortable with, and that word is marketing. So you literally help people for a living, but yet you are having a hard time finding more clients. When you get ready to talk about the services that you offer, it either feels like you're begging people to work with you or like you're trying to manipulate their emotions. And neither of those is a good feeling for you. Honestly, that's the reason why most coaches and therapists will never cross over the six-figure in their business, even though their skills are worth way more than that. Now, you're not crazy. Whether you went and got a master's degree or you have gone through a coaching certification, chances are those programs focus so intently on making sure that you were able to help people that they completely bypass the fact that you actually have to be able to have a business as well. Here's what the traditional path has sounded like for a long time. You get your degree, you go to an agency, you just got to get your hours done. So you take whatever amount of money they offer you. They usually give you an unrealistic caseload. You spend all of your time just trying to get those hours lined up. Once you've got those hours, now you're licensed. Hooray! You can go into private practice. You're going to work in a group that's owned by someone else, and you're going to make a little bit more money, but have a better quality of life. You still have a cap on what you can earn, but it's a little bit more comfortable. And for the very, very elite, a few people, maybe a small percentage, they think you're gonna go out on your own and have your own practice. But that will be years down the road after you're super duper seasoned and very experienced. But that's not the case now. That may be the case was 15, 20 years ago, but thanks to some of the resources that we have now, a lot of people actually wanna get started owning their own business right out the gate. Now, that's been the path for a lot of people for decades and decades, and that's why schools are still teaching that. But that is no path for financial security, because for most people, the average pay for a therapist isn't anywhere near what you actually need to live comfortably in most states in this country. So that's not a path to financial security. And now, thanks to like telehealth and some of these big box like tech companies that are backing mental health apps, you are getting even less when you come out of school and just starting out working for some of these organizations. But chances are, the algorithm has brought you to my video because you actually want to start your own business, or maybe actually have. And so you are already on a different path. You want to be independent. You want to help people in the way that you want to help them. You want to have a reasonable caseload. You don't want to be forced into how many sessions that you can work with somebody. You want to have control over what you do and how you do it for your clients. So, allow me to introduce you to a word that you're going to have to get comfortable with, and that word is marketing. Now, if you're in the coaching space, you might have heard a little something about marketing, but chances are you still don't have it all kind of put together. In the coaching industry, what they generally talk about is you just want to get out there and start helping people. So there's a lot of pro bono sessions, a lot of discounted sessions. And so most coaches never go full-time in their business. It's always something they do on the side. And if they do go full-time, the vast majority never get above $50,000 a year. Now, I have been fortunate when I started my coaching and consulting business. It did take me a few years to get profitable, but since I've been in business for 10 years, I have seen a lot of stuff come and go, and I have learned a lot about how this can work. What I have learned has allowed me to walk away from my secure school counselor job into being a full-time business owner. And I was able to double the income that I was previously making in literally half the time that I was working before. So I'm getting ready to teach you what I learned during all those years to save you the time and the money. So let's talk about marketing. The first thing that I want you to do today, from this day forward, is to acknowledge that you are a business. Yes, you are a helper. Maybe you even consider yourself to be a healer, but you are also in business. So you've got to start seeing yourself as a business from this day forward. You're a business just like Amazon, Coca-Cola, TikTok, you name it. You are a business who is in the business of providing a product or service to meet a desire or need of your customer or your client, and you have to be profitable. And just like all of these other businesses, you have to market yourself so that you can get in front of your potential customers' eyes. Now, unlike Coca-Cola and TikTok and Amazon, you don't have a multi-million-dollar marketing budget. So you're gonna have to get good at being strategic with your marketing, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. There's only really 3 things that you need to know about marketing your coaching or your counseling business. That is your who, your what, and your how. When I say who, I mean your perfect 10 customer. Your perfect 10 customer is the customer who is the exact perfect person for you. This is the customer with the perfect problem or goal, the perfect diagnosis, the perfect financial situation, the perfect desire for change, the perfect readiness for change. This person is perfect in every single way. Do you know who that is? You need to know who that is because that is the only person you should be talking to in your marketing messages every single day. Now take a breath, take a breath. I know that's hard because you are a helper, you're a healer, you want to help everyone, but that is not how businesses work. Coca-Cola isn't spending 1 penny of their money trying to convince the people who are going to buy Poppy to buy from them instead. They know that their customer wants Coca-Cola, so they are not about to spend their energy trying to convince someone else to buy from them. So if Coca-Cola isn't going to waste their time or resources trying to convince customers to come over to their side, why are you spending so much time and energy trying to convince customers who are not ready to buy from you? Why would you want to spend your time trying to convince somebody to work with you? Why would you want to work with someone who you have to justify your price point to? Why would you want to talk to somebody who's on the fence about whether or not to schedule a session? You have to spend your limited amount of time and maybe your financial resources targeting your perfect 10 customer, the person who is ready, willing, and able to purchase from you today. Now, here's the good thing. When you are talking very, very specifically to your perfect 10 customer, some people who are like a 9 or an 8 or maybe even a 7 will still be like, hey, I like her, I want to work with her. And they'll come along and that will fill out your caseload. It's unlikely that, especially when you're starting out, you're only going to have perfect 10s, but you can get a much more enjoyable experience if you get people who are more closely related to what you want to do and what you want to talk about. But the good thing is, whatever you're saying to your perfect 10 customer is probably not going to appeal to a number 1 or number 2 or people who are not even on the scale, right? So it's going to repel some people, but it's going to attract the others. And that is exactly what we are going for. Now you may be saying, okay, Kathleen, that sounds great, but I don't know who my perfect customer is. I've been spending my time talking to everyone and everybody, and I don't know who I even should be talking to. Well, that's okay, because your girl got you. I'm here for you. If you look in the description below this video, you're going to see a perfect 10 worksheet, which is going to give you exactly what you need to identify and target the right person for your business. It is my free gift to you, and all you have to do is put your email in and you'll be able to download it immediately. So once you finish this video, I want you to take quick, inspired action, download that worksheet, and get started with that today. And then from this day forward, you are only talking to your perfect 10. Now, some of the experts I have worked with in the past really talk about even giving your perfect 10 person a name. So you can even come up with a make-believe name, or if you have maybe 1 or 2 of your perfect clients right now, go ahead and use that name so that you know who you're talking to. So this can make your marketing even become easier for you. As you get ready to write a post or make a video, you say, is Sasha gonna relate to this? If not, don't do it. And if you think she would, then you know that is a good piece of content. So now that you know who your perfect 10 customer is, perfect. Now it's time for you to figure out what you are going to give to your customer to buy. Now, this is the piece of the puzzle that is all about you. I know, you're a helper, you're a healer, you want to meet people where they are and help them achieve their goals. That's all well and good. But you are creating a business that you are going to enjoy. So you have to start to think a little bit about what you want this to look like for you. If you don't have a business plan, that is a great place to start. But for today, let's use this kind of simple, we'll kind of go through a simple format, okay? I want you to start by looking at the amount of money you want to make per month or per year. Get that number in your mind. If you get the number for the year, you break it down to the month. If you already know what the month is, that's a great place to start. So I'm going to use some round numbers. You can use the numbers that work for you, but I'm going to use, for the sake of our example, the number 10,000. You want to make $10,000 per month. When you look at your numbers, you recognize that you're getting approximately $100 an hour per client session. So you've got some people who are cash pay that are paying $150 an hour. You've got some people that are insurance paying, you're getting $75. So you're somewhere in the middle and you feel good about the number 100. So you know, if you want to make $10,000 a month, you got to have 100 sessions or 25 sessions every single week. For some people, that's going to be perfect. That's exactly what you want, and you don't want to change that at all. But for the sake of our discussion, let's say that for whatever reason, you want to get up to 12,000, right? Or maybe you want to cut back a little bit on your schedule and you need to make up $2,000, okay? So we're going to go for this goal of adding $2,000 in revenue that is not in one-on-one sessions. Now, the great thing about being a coach or a counselor is that there's 1,000 different ways that you can make additional revenue. Whether you're teaching a course or creating a workshop or hosting events or selling digital products, there's all these different ways to fill in that extra $2,000 that you want to make each month. When you're looking at your marketing, you're going to decide exactly what you want to do to make that $2,000, and you start driving traffic or interest or eyes towards those specific things. So let me give you a really practical example. You have a full caseload of 25 people that you know that are pretty solid. You're pretty comfortable with the number of people that you have there, right? And you don't want any more one-on-one, but you do want to start to bank a little bit of money to get ready for a maternity leave or to get ready for your next major purchase for your business, okay? So you want to make this extra $2,000 a month, and you start thinking about, well, what could I do? Could I do digital products? Could I do a workshop? Could I do an event? And you realize that you've got a few people on your caseload who you know would benefit from a support group. Let's say your perfect 10 customer, your Sasha, right? She is a high achieving, high anxious executive woman who is, really starting to be interested in a relationship and maybe getting married and having a family, but she's very, very hesitant. And you think she would really benefit from a little positive peer pressure. So since you have so many of those on your caseload, you say, hey, I think I could do a support group around this. I'm going to do a 4-week support group where I give really actionable steps over the course of 4 weeks about getting started to put yourself out there to get the relationship you deserve. You are targeting Sashas around the world who are going to join you for a virtual event for these 4 weeks. So you've got a few on your case, though. So you start, I got about 4 people. You know that in order to hit your number, if you're going to charge $200 for this 4-week event, you need to get to 10 people. So now you have 6 spots for your support group for anxious professional women looking to have a relationship. Now, how specifically would you be able to market if that's exactly who you're talking to and exactly what you're talking about? It makes it so much simpler. You don't have to try and figure out who you're talking to or what you're trying to say. You know exactly who you're talking to and exactly what they need to hear. That is what determines what you're going to share in your marketing messages to attract your who. Now, if you're saying to yourself, that was a great plan, I don't know why I never thought of it. That's okay. I'm going to tell you about a course in a minute that will help you get your plans all together. So make sure that you're sticking around to the end of this video. Now, this is a little bonus tip for you because the best businesses have what I call an offer suite. This means that they have a routine number of things that they're doing on a regular basis, and they've got the right blend and mix that leads to the income that they want to have, but also the quality of life that they want to have. So maybe you never want to have more than 10 one-on-one clients, but you need to make more money than that. You've got options. You can charge more on the hour, or you can charge to do other things. If you see that maybe one workshop or support group is generating $2,000, you can actually add maybe 4 of those each month and take yourself down to only having a handful of clients each week. When you have an offer suite, they all feel and feed into each other, and that generates the income that you want, but also the quality of life that you want. And that's what we're going for. So let's say, let's use the example of Nike for somebody that has a product suite. Nike knows that their customers are interested in just doing it. They want them to get out there and engage in activities and be involved in sports. They know that their customers want that. But people are not buying a pair of athletic shoes every single week or every single month. Now, they do have volume, right? They have a lot of people purchasing for them, which is great. But they also want to increase the lifetime value of their individual customers. So while we might only buy, let's say, 2 pairs of athletic shoes a year on average. I don't know what people buy. I don't buy tennis shoes all that much, but let's say that people are buying 2 or 3 pairs of tennis shoes each year. Do they only want to get sales from their customers 3 times a year? No. So Nike also offers shorts, sports bras, water bottles, basketballs, soccer balls. They have all these different things so that you could literally be either increasing the amount that you spend once every 3 months or shopping with them every single month. When you find ways to expand the way that you can serve your clients, you build a sustainable business that will support you for years to come. And if you're marketing well, you create an ecosystem where your customers will buy from you in a variety of ways, increasing your income and giving you the sustainability that you absolutely need. One of the main reasons why coaches and therapists will never hit 6 figures or beyond is because they are so focused on only providing one-on-one services that they never consider having a full offer suite. So if you want to have a 6-figure or beyond business, you definitely want to consider how you can have that for your business. Now, I've had my coaching and consulting business for about 10 years now. So I've been very fortunate and very blessed to have that. And I'm very excited about the ways in which my business is continuing to grow. But one of the things I figured out very early on was that if I was only going to focus on one-on-one, I was going to be very limited because there's a limited amount of time that I have to give and that I want to give. Now, at that time, it was because I was working my business as a side hustle. But even now, I'm working it full time, but I'm a single mom. I have children that I'm caring for. I help care for my aging mother. And so I have lots of things going on. So I have an offer suite that supports what I'm doing. That's one of the reasons why I encourage coaches and counselors to consider at least something digital in their business, because when you have a digital product or a digital course, it allows you to make money without having to give your one-on-one time. That's one really big key to making sure that you're making that additional income. And if you do it with a marketing plan, it really can be done on autopilot, which frees up your time to do whatever it happens to be that you want to do otherwise. And I want to make sure that you understand this is possible for you. Even if you're beginning right now and you're saying to yourself, I completed my coaching certification 6 weeks ago. I completed my certification, a year ago, and I've never been able to get any clients, or I've never had more than a handful of clients. It is possible for you. The customers, the clients that you want to help, the people that you know, like you have a solution for them, that you are ready, you've been where they've been and you can absolutely help them. They exist right now. They're looking for you right now. They're available right now. They just don't know your name. They don't know where you are. And marketing yourself is what allows them to see you and to be seen by you. And it's such a powerful thing. And yes, contrary to what people believe, while it may take you a little time to get your business up and running the way that you want it to be, you can have a successful business now. You don't have to wait for 20 years to get there. Now, you know who your perfect 10 customer is. You know what you're going to offer them. Now it's time to talk about your how. How are you marketing to get these perfect people to buy your perfect offer for them? Now, it doesn't take a genius in marketing to know that the best way to market your business right now is in the digital space. That's basically where it is. When I started 10 years ago, it was very much everybody was doing everything face-to-face. And there's still room for face-to-face. But I want to tell you, when you open up to the digital space, you increase your ability to earn exponentially. I definitely have done the door-to-door marketing. I've sent out the flyers. I've, called the doctor's offices and dropped off the packages and the business cards. I've done all those things. But the challenge is those may not be your perfect customers. They may not be your perfect 10s. And so sometimes you get a lot of people in that you're like, ooh, this is not the person that I want to work with. Or you just are kind of hoping and waiting that something converts. I want you to have power and control in this. That's why I want you to focus on getting comfortable in the digital space. And if you're not sure if this will work, I want to use us right here as an example. Okay, so chances are you have found your way to this video because you have either searched for this topic in the past or something similar to this topic in the past. This is a relatively new page when I'm putting this out. And so you probably didn't know me from other places. You just kind of feels like you found me, right? That is the power of digital marketing. The algorithms are algorithming and they will find the things that your perfect 10 customer is looking at. And if you are marketing, if you're positioned properly, you'll be able to get found by them the same way you found me. And the amazing part about this is it took me maybe a couple hours to do this video with all the editing and all of that. And once I've done it once, this video can go around the world time and time again. A few months back, there was a video with Cat Williams was being interviewed, and I think it got something like 80 million views. Like, it seemed like overnight. It just kept growing and growing and growing. It was a simple video. It was a couple hours long, and yes, I watched it and thoroughly enjoyed it. But it shows the power of video in terms of marketing for your business. What that video was able to do, literally transform that channel. Now, when you're talking about your how and you're going to be in the digital space, you know that there is tons of options out there. We have the power of social media, but there are so many platforms to choose from. And you're probably saying, well, which one is the best? Well, we'll get to that in a second. But the key here is I want you to choose one, maybe two platforms plus your email marketing, and that's it. As for what's the right channel, well, I don't know that there's a perfect answer for this, but here's what I will say. Your perfect channel for you is a combination of where your perfect 10 customer is and where you actually like to be. Wherever that intersect is, those are the places that I want you to choose. Now, I work with a counselor that absolutely hates Facebook. If I say Facebook, her eyes are rolling up in the back of her head. She doesn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to do it. So I would not recommend that she go to Facebook, even if her customers are there, because that's not something that she enjoys. So I always suggest she uses TikTok because she enjoys TikTok and she enjoys that platform and that format. And technically, for most counselors and coaches, video is always going to convert better than just a static post. So choosing a platform that you enjoy, that your perfect 10 customer always also enjoys, that is where you want to make sure your focus is. Now, if you're saying, I don't know where to start with marketing on social media because all I'm doing is looking at other people's videos and I've never posted anything, this sounds like a perfect time for me to talk to you about the digital marketing course that I personally recommend, which is the Roadmap. Now, this is a course that was created by professional digital marketers who actually wanted to give people who are new, just starting out to digital marketing, everything that they needed to get started really well. Because I've been in business for 10 years, I have seen a lot of courses by a lot of people. Some I have paid for, some have come, I've been able to see because people who have come to work with me are like, look at what I paid for, and it didn't help me at all. And I would tell you that this is the best course at this price point that you will ever be able to get. I have seen courses that are 4, 5, and 6 figures. And what I can tell you from my experiences, this is the place that you want to start. Not only is the Roadmap full of over 100 really brief, simple to understand videos, it is also step-by-step instructions. So it doesn't leave you behind. It doesn't talk over your head. It breaks everything down so that it makes sense for people who are even just starting. And because it's so well organized, if there's stuff that you say like, hey, I already know this, I don't need that piece of the puzzle, you can just skip over that point and go right to the stuff that you do need. This is a course that takes you all the way from your foundation, like literally opening the digital doors, all the way through how to create the best customer service experience so that your customers will stay and keep coming back time and time again. This is a screenshot from inside of the Roadmap course. Now, this is just one tiny section of those over 100 videos that are in the course, right? This is all about finding your right niche. When I talk to you about finding your perfect 10 customer, this aligns perfectly with your niche of your business. This is what allows you to stand out to people and attract them and not just feel like you're just shouting and nobody's even paying attention. So not only will it help you identify exactly who you should be talking to and getting really, really clear on that, it goes even further to help you choose the right platform. There's information in there about Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and even information about how to create a YouTube channel for yourself. When you spend the $500 to purchase this course, you get lifetime access to all of the videos, plus the community of people just like you who are learning and growing and developing their businesses in the same way. So you no longer have to be like isolated in business alone. But the other thing is, you'll notice that this says 3.0. That's because since this has come out, they have updated it twice to make sure that when the algorithms change, when new things come out, they put that information in there. And you get the updates automatically without having to pay another penny to get it. Now, when you purchase the roadmap through my link, which is below in that description box, you also get the benefit of working with me. So while the roadmap isn't specifically for coaches and counselors, I specifically work with coaches and counselors. So you can take that general information about marketing. I can help you customize it to your perfect 10 client. You'll get the benefit of all of my experience, having been in business for 10 years, creating your offer suite, and all of that is included as my gift to you when you purchase the roadmap through me. So we have covered so much in this video. We've gone from being just a helper, just a healer, just a coach or a counselor, to being business owners in one quick video, right? You have now see yourself as a business. You are ready to identify your perfect 10 customer, and you know what you're going to market to that customer and how you're going to start to stand out online by marketing your business specifically to the person that you want to work with. Would you do me a favor? In addition to liking and subscribing so you can get more content like this, would you drop a comment below and let me know what was most helpful for you? And if you have questions, I'd love to see those too, because I might use those for upcoming video as well. But last but certainly not least, do not be just a hearer of this word. Be a doer as well. Make sure that you download your Perfect 10 worksheet and get super duper clear on who you're talking to before you put out another piece of content or waste another dollar of your marketing budget on content that is not going to convert. And make sure you check out that roadmap course as well. If you don't have a huge marketing budget to be able to compete with people who are throwing thousands of dollars at ad spends, getting better at the stuff you put out is the best way that you can compete. I love what you do, and I want to be a part of that process too. So thank you for joining me today, and you are well on your way to making every day payday.